Hi there, friendly friends. My name's Iffigee, and today, for my very first Sims 4 speed build, I am renovating an office that I downloaded on the Sims 4 gallery. Except renovating is a little bit of a lie, because I'm actually turning it into some kind of squatter's haven, I guess. And I'm doing this because a couple of months ago I came up with this bonkers idea to recreate as many of the 151 Pokemon from Gen 1 in Sims 4 and create a Let's Play. So this abandoned office building thing is for Gastly, Haunter and Gengar, who you can see on the screen right now. And so I created Gastly as a teenager, and Haunter is her older brother who's a young adult. And then I didn't really know what to do with Gengar until my husband came up with this really cute idea to make him a toddler in a bright purple onesie/romper. So that's where he is, and I just love him. He's so adorable. So this building that I'm making, I kind of had this idea that, I don't know, they're squatting in there, they're hiding out. When you think of ghosts, you probably think of old abandoned buildings that have got creepy turrets and stuff, but I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different. So I've gone for the offices, really. And I downloaded the shell from the gallery because I'm not that good with layouts. At least not for buildings in The Sims 4. I mean, I've been playing this game for 20 years. I've done I don't know how many different builds, and I'm just so slow and I'm so incredibly indecisive that I just thought, you know what, I'm going to get something that someone else has done and do it up. Or in this case, do it down. So downstairs is basically an abandoned area. So it's a little bit of a reception bit combined with back where some desks would have been. And then upstairs is the main living area for the family now. The one thing I haven't worked out whilst doing this is, why is this office abandoned? What happened to make the business or the owners leave it in a state where there's so much junk all over the floor? There's just boxes stuck around, some business cards still on the side there, and yeah, I don't know. So give me some ideas. Why did people abandon this building? So I've just created the reception area, as you can see, and it's the main sort of desolation area of this building. And I'm just putting the bathrooms in now, and I changed up the windows because obviously you don't want full length office windows in a corporate bathroom. Well, presumably not. So yeah, I changed all those around, and then I added a bunch of different water stains and all those fun cracks that you've got in the vampire game pack all over the place. And I thought I'd create a little back wall here, but behind the reception area, but then that created some further chaos that resulted in me having to shift even more windows around. But I thought it'd be a nice little division between what would have been the workspace downstairs and then the main entrance area, where obviously staff would walk in, where visitors would come and sign into the building and then be escorted upstairs to the conference room. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. And yeah, you can see exactly how indecisive I am when it comes to my buildings in The Sims. It shouldn't take this long to work out, but yet for me it does. So I've shortened the height of the building. It was at the tallest height it could be, but then I dropped it down so that these stairs would fit nicely in the corner there. And I'm just now putting a bit of a break in the wall here. I don't know why. I love spandrels in The Sims 4, so I guess I was just trying to get one of them in, but I thought it'd be cool that, as staff and visitors are walking upstairs, they'd be able to look over the stairs to the little workstations at the back here. At least when it was a functioning office, because now all you're going to see is junk and boxes, and I think I even threw some rocks in at the end, just, like the whole thing is falling down. It's not a safe place to raise your family in, but that's what Gastly, Haunter and Gengar are doing. Like I said, they are a family of siblings. They don't have parents. I'm not really focusing on the heritage of all these as I'm creating the Pokemon. My thought is I'm going to create as many of them. I'm going to have as possible for this Let's Play. I'm going to have some key families that I will play through, and then the rest will kind of be like background characters. But I love this family so much. I'm really proud of them, that these are definitely going to be one of my key families that we're going to see as we go along. So all the more reason why I wanted to show you me building their not so homely home. So obviously all loads of cobwebs going in, cracks in the walls, just random office clutter being dumped everywhere. I love doing this build because it really gave me the chance to play with some items that you wouldn't normally use in your conventional suburban build, or your nice sort of cookie cutter houses. So yeah, I'm picking out some of the dine out stuff, decals and get together. I think some of them came in, and I'm using them as graffiti, and I'm chucking them all over the place, all over the windows, the outside, and just really going to town on destroying this place. I love it. I really love it. So now I've even put that mouse thing in there. So, and I love it in the game when you actually do get the mouse animation coming from it as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Back here we got the bathrooms. It took me a stupid amount of time to work out what layout we should do to get those cubicles in there, and the shower. I know it's a bit weird to have showers in an office block, but some do. So we're just going to roll with that. And but they need showers to obviously stay nice and clean. I don't want to be sending them off to the gym every day to get a shower. So that we're just rolling with there's a shower in this office, okay? And because it's quite a small bathroom, I didn't bother with too much clutter and decoration, but I did manage to get some like towel holder thingies and that paper towel dispenser that you got from the Get to Work pack, I think. So those are in there as well. So we're gonna move upstairs in a little minute, and that's really where the main crux of the living space is, because I guess I kind of wanted it to feel like these guys were hiding out in this building. They live here permanently, but they're really not supposed to be here. So downstairs, the only thing of function is the bathroom. There's a computer there as well, but the main bit where they do their family life is upstairs. And so I'm trying to divide the space up like it would have been done in an office. So down the back there, I was thinking, that's a manager's space, or it was a manager's office. And then we had a tiny sort of meeting conference room thing. And we got, the standard big glass partitions that, most offices tend to like using for some reason, just because privacy is, you're not entitled to it when you work at a computer, don't you know? I tried doing that alternating pattern thing in the carpet tiles there, but it just didn't work as well as it did downstairs. So we're putting in these blinds everywhere again, just part of the old office kind of equipment, I think. But what really bugs me in The Sims 4, how big these blinds and curtains are. You've got so many gorgeous windows and everything, and then you cover them up with these giant curtains and blinds that don't open. So the bathtub in there, now I know it doesn't make any sense for, say, an old meeting room to have a bathtub in there, but because Gengar's a toddler, he obviously needs a bath in order to, bathe. They can't use the showers. So my thought was, even though it won't work like this in the game, is that the Gastly and Haunter have maybe gone out to a tip or a junkyard, and they've literally pulled a bathtub out and brought it upstairs and hidden it there. And every time they want to fill it, they've got to go downstairs with a bucket and chuck all the water in. Luckily, in the game, you just turn the taps on. But for the sake of the story and the background of this, that's what we're going to say is how it works. This kitchen now, it also took me a crazy long time to figure out why on earth would they have a kitchen upstairs. And I was thinking, like, I've kind of come up with as equally as bonkers story as the bathtub as to why they've got one up there, until I had the very smart brainwave that actually most offices do have a kitchen for people to get their lunch. Not many offices have a cooker, I will admit, but my old office did, so that's why this one has got it, and that's the story we're sticking to. So I had to make the kitchen a little bit longer than I originally intended, so we could get the sink in for people to wash their dishes and stuff. But I think it works. I think it's a really nice space, and actually it looks gorgeous when the light comes through those giant windows. So a bit of motivational posters going in, if you saw that. Always need a motivational poster. And now we're just moving on to the furnishings, and again I'm thinking that in order to make this place more homely, they've just gone off to different charity shops, to the Skip, to different maybe car boot sales, and picked up any old stuff that they could that would make this place functional. Despite that, I think Gastly's quite a creative sim. I don't know why. As I was creating her, I just thought, this is a girl that's got some talent when it comes to designing. So I'm thinking she's the one that went and found all those drapes that are being hung up everywhere to divide the spaces up, and she's put the rugs in and the little ornaments that will go in later. But for the most part, it really is just a functional place where these guys are really just squatting. So I was going to put some lights around the windows, but then I thought, well, if they're hiding out there, we want to keep the lights away from the windows. Although I thought with them technically being, ghosts, that it would be quite cool for passers-by on the streets to walk past and just see these lights in this abandoned, creepy old office. But, can't have everything, can we? So this main bit where you come up the stairs now, this is actually kind of like a shared bedroom space for Gengar the toddler and Gastly, who's a teenager. And again, I was trying to think, how are they going to make this nice and homely for them all? So I'm really pleased with how this came out in the end there. It was so fun to put together, actually, and it gave me a really great excuse to use some of the stuff that you get from the spooky stuff pack, which I'm pretty sure people say is like one of the most underused stuff packs in the game. In fact, the only reason I got it is because it came in a bundle where I bought one of the game packs, and I love the stuff in there, but obviously it just doesn't really fit in your average build. But with these guys being ghosts, with them being quite cutesy ghosts as well, it was a great opportunity to just make the most of the stuff in there, and really go to town. So it was around about this point I realised as well that they're gonna have to pay bills on this place, and given that they're not your real conventional family with a conventional job and a conventional house, I should probably start switching out for some of the cheaper stuff available. Oh god, this curtain on the right there that you saw me trying to place, I spent so long doing it, and then annoyingly I had to get rid of it because it hangs just over the bed and Gastly can't actually get there. So a bit disappointing, but the space still kind of it doesn't kind of, it looks really cool. And if I was a homeless teenager when I was still in my gothy stages, I would definitely be very happy staying in this in this hovel. I don't know what else to call it, really. So yeah, we're dividing all the spaces up. We're creating this sense of bedrooms and privacy, but it really starts coming together when we start putting Gengar's little area together, because it's so cute. And I think that, even though they are living in this situation, I imagine them both really wanted to look after their little brother, the little toddler, and they've gone out of their way to make it as special as possible. So they've got those Void Critter posters and they've stuck them on the windows there. They've got some little toys, little cute statues to put everywhere. I love that ghost gnome. I've never used it before until now, but it just suited so well. And yeah, they've hung up a little, what those things called, mobiles. Those things that go on the ceiling for kids. It's a mobile, isn't it? I don't know. Can you tell I don't spend time with kids? Toddlers in The Sims 4 is about as close I get to associating with children. So, in the corner there on the dresser, there's actually a Pokeball, and I downloaded those as custom content, and I thought it'd be really cool because I'm building these homes for Pokemon, that everyone would have a little Pokeball in. Now that means that if you want to go and find this build on the gallery, you'll have to switch your custom content on or search for lots containing custom content. Obviously, if you don't have the Pokeballs, it will just remove that item or replace it with something different maybe, but you'll still be able to find it. You just got to switch your custom content on. In the corner here, I was trying to work out what to do with this space, and I'm pretty sure I just go and shove another generic office plant in there because, you know, everybody loves office plants in their corporate work zones. I imagine it's fake, let's be honest, because nobody waters the office plants, not unless you're lucky enough to have a cleaner, which I don't in my office, unfortunately. But there we go. So Haunter's room back here. Again, because we've got those big glass windows, I was thinking, you know, we want to divide the space up for him a little bit. So, and he is a young adult, so I start putting some posters in, and just to create that sense of, you know, again, homeliness, space, away from that bathtub. Not that you can really see through it, but you know, it is about them creating a home in this building, and I think it looks really cool. I love doing these kinds of builds where they're not your average, well, not average, but you know, they're not like your typical suburban stuff. They're inspired by fantasy, or there's a specific story arc running through it, and yeah, it's just really what floats my boat when it comes to The Sims 4, because I am so slow when it comes to trying to do, you know, just conventional homes. I get really indecisive about layouts and wallpaper, and it was much easier in The Sims 3 where you could customize absolutely everything with the color pickers, but The Sims 4 I really struggle with the limitations on stuff like carpets and wallpapers. So at the back there, on all the windows, I've already put the watermarks that you got in the Vampires game pack all on the outside, but they don't show through on the inside, so I duplicated them all, and it really adds that to that effect that, you know, this place has not been cleaned in a long time. I think it's great, and all those scratches everywhere. Again, you imagine they've been created by, you know, the old business owners, like having to get all their stuff out of this building in a big hurry, you know, not caring about the walls or anything, just escape. So that's what they've done, and yeah, it's just damaged everything in the process. So I was thinking, like, we need to have, you know, some dead landscaping out here. So this is the point where I start basically trashing the landscape, just killing all of the plants. We've got those dead vines going up the wall. Or take out anything that might be a little bit too green or well kept, and just replace it with all these different weeds and overflowing what's it called? Shrubbery. That's the word, shrubbery. The only thing I did leave in there were those llama topiary pieces, because I thought they were pretty cute. And again, I imagine they were fake, because who has got the patience to maintain a llama topiary? I guess maybe if you're really rich. But there we go. So yeah, we're destroying everything. We're putting more graffiti on the outside, and just really going to town on trashing this whole building. So it's pretty cool, like, to think that, this building is really old. It's been destroyed. There's obviously been some kind of disaster. It's even been condemned. See, like, look at that fence going in on the outside, and yet there's this family upstairs. This family of really sweet, friendly people who are just looking after their little brother, trying to give him the best start, and they're hiding out upstairs. Now, the irony is, although I put, like, the big signs outside and the bollards that don't come in, and there's a big, protected gate around it, when I moved the family in, the first thing that happened, of course, was the welcome wagon. So I think I'm going to have to lock that gate during gameplay, so that it doesn't really break the scene, I guess. So yeah, we're just trashing up now the actual landscaping and finally putting the lights in, because I do many things backwards, including putting the lights in last. The more speed builds I've been watching, the more I see how people do them, and I see how it works, but my brain does not work that way. Lights last, off we go. Putting some weeds on the top roof here, I thought that would be a nice effect, and some rocks. And then I even went into the debug menu and picked up some little piles of rocks and dumped them over in a couple of places, because I thought that was cool. Look, like the whole building is at risk of falling down any moment, which is fun. I wish we could have holes in walls on The Sims, like just giant chunks taken out, like as if by a bulldozer. So some screenshots now. That's obviously the front of the building, and then we've got this gorgeous light coming in that back bit behind the reception, and you'll be able to see all the graffiti on the walls now, which I think it just looks so cool. We've got upstairs in the kitchen with those water stains on the windows there. And now the family, we've got Gastly on her bed, looking gorgeous, doing her homework, and the adorable Gengar playing with one of his little purple toys. And now he's in the bath causing some havoc. Oh, I love this photo so much. And yeah, just looking through to the living room now, you can see all those cobwebs and scratches all across the walls. And but despite that, it's just a really nice family scene. And then lastly, we have got a shot looking out to Newcrest, which in my game is known as Kanto. So that's everything for now. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more. Give me a little like if you did in fact like it. And otherwise, I look forward to seeing you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.